कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, you are all welcome for morning Srimad Bhagavatam class at Sri Krishna Balaram Temple, ISKCON, Vrindavan. We are reading from 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 49, and verse today is 23rd for discussion. This is the last but one chapter of this section. It's called Purva-ardha of the 10th canto, then will come the Uttar-ardha, the Dwarka Leela. So this is pastime of Sri Krishna and Balaram in Mathura. Before Sri Krishna and Balaram and all the Yaduvansis, before they are leaving Mathura, Krishna has pleased three of his devotees. First, he visited the words he has given to Kubja. Along with Uddhav, he visited Kubja. Then he gave the words to Akrūra that I will come and visit your house. So he went to the house of Akrūra. And then also, third devotees are the Brajavasis. So he sent the Uddhav to give his message to the Brajavasis. So he wanted to take care of the Brajavasis, give them message through Uddhav. Then he wanted to get the well-being of Pandavas, who are the great devotees of Krishna. So he sent the Akrūra to Hastinapur. And he said, I heard that the fatherless son of Kunti now are living at palace of Hastinapur. And the de facto king, Dhṛtarāṣṭra, is having double standard. He has more attachment to his own sons and is not treating Pandavas properly. So go and visit both Kauravas and Pandavas in one sense. And so now we are hearing the visit of Akrūra to the Hastinapur from Mathura. And interesting is a good comparison. When Akrūra is visiting Kunti Maharani, her devotion, dedication and surrender to Krishna is very vividly described. And when he is visiting to Kauravas, the Dhṛtarāṣṭra, the duplicity and enviousness is very apparent. So in principle, Krishna is equal to all. So he gave Dharmaraj to Pandavas as a Yudhishthira, and he gave Vidur as a Dharmaraj to the Kauravas. Same Dharmaraj he gives to both. Pandavas, they took the advice of Dharmaraj and followed Dharma, therefore Krishna protected them. And Kauravas, they disregarded, disrespected Vidura, and therefore they have given up the Dharma, and therefore they are destroyed. Similarly, Krishna gave the same chance to the Kauravas and Pandavas by the message through Akrūra, that you both are very dear to me, and do the justice. So Kunti Maharani completely surrendered to Krishna. The wonderful verses which Kunti Maharani spoke, Krishna, Krishna, Mahayogin, I am at your shelter, you take care of my children. So wonderful verses she spoke. And Dhṛtarāṣṭra, when Akrūra was speaking to him, he's like dumb and deaf. And then in a couple of verses he will answer, yes, yes, your words are very nice, wonderful, but it's like the lightning cannot stay in the cloud for a long time. So your words will not have influence and effect on me anymore. So he's saying, anyway, Krishna has appeared here to unburden the earth, so now his desire will be fulfilled. It means I will not do anything, I will be attached to my sons. So this is the message in this chapter. So today, Akrūra is speaking this section from verse number 16 to 25. Friendly talks of Akrūra with Dhṛtarāṣṭra. Dhṛtarāṣṭra made Bhishma Pitamaha, he made Kunti, he made Dhṛtarāṣṭra. So he made all the people there, and he gave them, he gave what Krishna has given him message for them, how actually the inheritance should be after Pandu to the Dhṛtarāṣṭra, or Yudhishthira Maharaj, not to the Dhṛtarāṣṭra and his sons. So they should be properly treated. As soon as they become eligible to rule the kingdom, they should be given kingdom, because it is their right. Hare Krishna, sadhu. Panchagoda Prabhu ki jai. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Hari bol. Dandavat. So today is the friendly talks of Akrūra with Dhṛtarāṣṭra, just to give him advice that you become, as a king, become just, do the just with the Pandavas and Kauravas. Actually they are the right, they have a right to rule, because they are son of Pandu, and the Yudhishthira Maharaj is eldest son. So you should do the justice with them. But knowing that he is more attached to his own, son Duryodhana, and his son is wicked. This is Akrūra it was apparent to the Akrūra. So now he is speaking this verse. Puṣṇāni yān adharmeṇa sva-buddhyā tam apaṇḍitam te akṛta-artham prahiṇvanti prāṇā rāyaḥ suta-ādayaḥ puṣṇāti yam adharmeṇa sva-buddhyā tam apaṇḍitam te akṛta-artham prahiṇvanti prāṇā rāyaḥ suta-ādayaḥ puṣṇāti yān adharmeṇa sva-buddhyā tam apaṇḍitam te kṛtārthaṁ prahiṇvanti prāṇā rāyaḥ suta-ādayaḥ.
puṣṇāti yan adharmeṇa.
puṣṇāti yan adharmeṇa.
sva-buddhyā apaṇḍitam.
sva-buddhyā tamapaṇḍitam.
prahiṇvanti.
te kṛtārthaṁ prahiṇvanti. prāṇā sutādayaḥ. puṣṇāti yan adharmeṇa. sva-buddhyā tamapaṇḍitam. te akṛta-artham prahiṇvanti. prāṇā rāyaḥ suta-ādayaḥ. puṣṇāti yan adharmeṇa. sva-buddhyā tamapaṇḍitam. te akṛta-artham prahiṇvanti. sutādayaḥ. Mataji. puṣṇāti yan adharmeṇa. sva-buddhyā tamapaṇḍitam. te akṛta-artham prahiṇvanti. prāṇā sutādayaḥ. puṣṇāti yan adharmeṇa. sva-buddhyā tamapaṇḍitam. te akṛta-artham prahiṇvanti. prāṇā sutādayaḥ. puṣṇāti nourishes yan which things adharmeṇa by sinful activity. sva-buddhyā thinking them to be his own. tam him apaṇḍitam uneducated. they akṛta-artham his purpose is first stated. prahiṇvanti abandon. prāṇāḥ life air. rāyaḥ wealth. sutādayaḥ children and others. Translation by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. A fool indulges in sin to maintain his life, wealth, and children and other relatives. A fool, apaṇḍita. The word apaṇḍita in the verse is translated here a fool. Indulge in sin, adharmeṇa. To maintain his life, prāṇā. Wealth, rāyaḥ. And children and other relatives, sutādayaḥ. For he thinks, sva-buddhyā. These things are mine. Sva-buddhyā, these things are mine. In the end, however, these very things abandon him. prahiṇvanti. Having him first stated, akṛta-artham. So this is the verse, the word in the verses, you can see in translation. So this is a principle. This verse is a principle. A fool indulges in sin to maintain his life, wealth, children, and other things. Adharmeṇa puṣṇāti, nourishes by irreligion, thinking them mine. So these things, so they will leave him and he will be frustrated. Now purport, in the purport there are few lines. In these verses, and means the verses is spoken by Akrūra. Akrūra is giving rather frank advice to Dhṛtarāṣṭra. Frank advice to Dhṛtarāṣṭra. What is the advice? Those who know the... no, there's no advice. Now, the commentator is speaking. Those who know the story of Mahābhārata, it means now you have to do the research, will realize how relevant and prophetic these instructions are and how much Dhṛtarāṣṭra suffered for not accepting them. So these lines give us the hint then in Mahābhārata we should see that advice given by the Akrūra is that give the equal right to the Pandavas. What Dhṛtarāṣṭra was doing, Dhṛtarāṣṭra mentality is explained and vividly you can see in the first verse of Bhagavad Gita. Dhṛtarāṣṭra vacha. Dharma kshetre kurukshetre. Because I maintain my children by adharma. puṣṇāti yam adharmeṇa. But now this war is taking place at the place of dharma. I have maintained my whole children by adharma. And war is taking place at the place of religion, adharmeṇa. So, kurukshetre, dharma kshetre, samveta yuyutsava, samveta, those who have gathered there, samveta yuyutsava for fighting, for the war. Mamka, my sons, and Pandavas. So he has separated Pandavas. This is his mentality. He was thinking his sons are his and Pandavas are some strange person. So this mentality, thinking of mine, is a foolish mentality. And this in the Bhagavad Gita is vividly, we can see Bhagavad Gita is part of the Mahābhārata. So we can see this thinking process of Dhṛtarāṣṭra, which was noticed by Akrūra, and he has said, please give this up. If you don't give this up, then those who you are nourishing, they will give you up. And what happened? 100 sons of Dhṛtarāṣṭra all were killed by Bhimasen. The great Bhima killed all the 100 sons of Dhṛtarāṣṭra. So this is the result that he did not take the advice of Akrūra, which was actually sent by Krishna. So in other words, Krishna wanted actually peace. He's a messenger of peace. If people don't accept the message of peace, then the war is second alternative. And so Krishna himself went as a messenger to the Kauravas. He sent first the messenger, then he went himself as a messenger. And what he told to them, even Akrūra gave this advice which Dhṛtarāṣṭra did not listen. But then Krishna personally went and he said, anyway, king, you listen. And the prince regent, Duryodhana, you listen. Pandavas are Kshatriya. They are actually the rightful owner of this kingdom. You are doing injustice, but still, I can tell Pandavas that they do give them 5 villages. They can just maintain themselves as a Kshatriya by ruling 5 villages. Then you take the whole, your kingdom, and let there be no war. So Krishna went out of his way on behalf of Pandavas as a messenger, as a messenger of peace. But what is the result? The Duryodhana, who was nourished by a religion, adharmeṇa puṣṇāti, by the false attachment of his father Dhṛtarāṣṭra. Srila Prabhupada writes, he was not blind only physically, but he was blind from heart also. It means his heart was blocked. Only he sees Duryodhana as his own and Pandavas as separate. This is a big problem of the whole world, the mine and yours. This Veda says, me and mine is poison. Aham mameti iti visha. Me and mine is poison. Iti na mama. This is not mine. It's amrita. That is called nectar. Therefore, when we perform some yajna sacrifice, we say, idam govindaya namaha, idam na mama. This is for Govinda, it is not for me. So, the word me and mine, this is Maya. What is Maya? To say things, it is me, I and mine. This is Maya. Idam na mama, this is not mine. Namaste, when we say namaste, namaste, this is not mine. Actually, we say this is not mine. Name asti, this is not mine. But this is generally in all religious functions they have, when they are doing arti, they said, sab kuch tera. Bhagavan, God, everything belongs to you. Tera tujhko arpan, I am offering everything yours to you. But when it comes to really offer something, then they find out the most small coin, and if it is paper note, then the most small and most torn and dirty they will put in the arti. So they say everything belongs to you, and we are offering your things to you, but they will offer nothing. So this, in a word saying something, but at heart we are not actually thinking that everything belongs to Krishna. When Krishna claims that Isha Vasha Idam Sarvam, everything belongs to me. Aham sarvasya parabhava mat sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam. I am the creator of everything. I am the owner of everything. I am pravartate. I actually inspire everybody to do the action because it is their karma and I inspire them. But still they think, I am doer. Akṛta-artham mūಢā karta me prakriti kriyamanani gunahi karmani sarvasa vimūಢātma karta-artham iti manyati. Be fooled by the three modes of material nature, they think I am the doer. So Dhṛtarāṣṭra is under the three modes of material nature. So when Krishna says give only 5 villages to the Pandavas, then Dhṛtarāṣṭra did not speak. He was simply smiling. He was not saying anything, he was smiling. A sarcastic type of smile. He has come as a beggar for the Pandavas, expecting 5 villages. But the Duryodhana stood up. So what do you speak of 5 villages? I will not give land where you can just put a one nail. I will not give you the land where you can put one nail. Not nail even, needle. Sui ki nok jitni jameen bhi nahi dunga. I will not give you the land worth the tip of the point of a needle. Not only this, in that assembly, Duryodhana said, arrest Krishna. He said, arrest Krishna. Even at that time, the first terrorist who came from the Afghanistan to Bharatvarsha, Shakuni. Shakuni is the first terrorist came from Afghanistan. Yeah. And he is the instrument in this big war. So he even told him, don't do this, don't do this, to Duryodhan. But Duryodhan was nourished by adharma. He was nourished by adharma. This verse says. So this is a prophetic words. This is a prophetic words of Akrūra. This is going to happen. So he says, arrest Krishna. And the soldiers came to arrest Krishna, but Krishna simply showed a little glimpse of his universal form. And everybody could not see anything. Only 3 things were folding their hands like that to Krishna and actually admiring Krishna. Bhishamdev, Dronacharya and Kripacharya. So Duryodhan could not arrest Krishna. And then Krishna was, his mission of peace was frustrated. And Duryodhan, even when he said he wanted to arrest, but he said, okay, Krishna, no problem. You come and have a feast at my palace. Diplomatically. Krishna says, well, there's a principle. One can eat at somebody's place in 2 conditions. Number 1, the one who invites has a deep affection and love for a person that he wants to really feed him honorably. Number 2, the person is so hungry that if he don't eat, then he will die. Then he should eat at anybody's house and anything. And Krishna says, by the way, you don't have actually affection for me. You want to arrest me. So this first rule is out. Second, I am not really hungry that I will die if I don't eat at your house. So I don't accept your invitation. And where Krishna went? He went to the Dharmaraj, Vidura. He went to the Dharmaraj. So it means Krishna is on the side of Dharma. Krishna is on the side of Dharma. Dharma rakshati rakshitaha. If you follow Dharma, then Krishna, who is a personified Dharma, and Ramayana said, Rama Vigravan Dharmaha. Rama Vigravan Dharmaha. It means the personality of Ramachandra is Dharma. So Krishna is Dharma. And if you follow Dharma, then Krishna protect. If you don't follow Dharma, then you are automatically destroying yourself. So this is what Dhṛtarāṣṭra is doing. Krishna is equal to both. He gave both same facilities. But one who follows the Dharma is protected, and one who disrespects the Dharma. You know how Vidura was humiliated by Duryodhan because he was nourished by adharma? One night, Dhṛtarāṣṭra called Vidura as his minister and advisor. What can I do? Now Pandavas are also grown up, and they will ask for the kingdom because it is their right. And I am too attached to Duryodhan, and Duryodhan is actually, he wants to inherit the kingdom. He wants to be prince regent after me. Vidura is so honest and straightforward. He said, my dear king, your son Duryodhan is wicked. And if you don't do justice with Pandavas, by abandoning your this son Duryodhan, then your whole dynasty will be destroyed. Then he gave the principle, if finger is infected and it is going to endanger the whole body, then cut the finger. To save the body, you have to cut the finger. If one person in family is notorious and giving bad name to the family, abandon that one person. If one village is a bad name for the country, remove that village from there. So you give this up, Duryodhan. Right at that moment, Duryodhan entered. not alone, along with the three more, Dushasan, Karan and Shakuni. And he said, O son of maid, O maid servant's son, he told to Vidura, Dasi Putra, is son of maid servant. You are maintained by us, and you are favoring Pandavas? I should have killed you. But what can I do? You are my father's half-brother. Get out from here. This is what Duryodhana told to Vidura. Get out from here. And Dhṛtarāṣṭra could not speak a word. He was keeping mum, silent. That is the prophecy that one day these wicked sons, cruel and notorious, you are maintaining by a religion, they will put you in such a frustrated situation and they will all abandon you. And Vidura smilingly left. He came out of the assembly hall and he was having his bow and arrow. He just left the bow and arrow at the doorsteps. Why? He said, I am not going to change the party because you have disrespected me, then I will go to the Pandavas. No, I will not do that. He left the bow and arrow to show that I am not going to change the party. But this humiliation is good for me, that I am now free from this war among the brothers. I will not be the witness and I cannot see this war now. So I am going for the pilgrimage. So sometime disrespect and humiliation really help one to become Krishna conscious. Dhruva Maharaj's example of this, when his stepmother humiliated him, so he became Krishna conscious and he went and he realized the God, Dhruva Maharaj. So apaman Bhagavan milata hai. Apaman means disrespect for a right person who is a pandita. He is a apandita. He is an uneducated fool. But the one who is a pandita, if somebody really disrespect, this is a good chance that he become Krishna conscious. So same thing is with the Vidura. He is Dharmaraj. He said, it is good. It is good that what he is saying me, that I will not be the... And Krishna told Bhisham Dev, Vidur was the pandita. He was learned, wise man. He left the side of the adharmis, those who are on the path of irreligion, and those who are nourished by religion. Vidur gave them up. He became neutral and went for the pilgrimage. But why, Bhisham, you continued there? Why you continued there? It was a good chance for you also to become neutral. But you did not become neutral at that time. Now only choice for you is become the commander-in-chief for the Kauravas. Because then only Kaurava will fight, and I have come to actually unburden the earth of these wicked rulers. So you become the instrument, my instrument, as the Senapati or commander-in-chief of the Kauravas. If you come on the side of Pandavas, then they will never dare to fight. And then my mission will be frustrated. So it is better you become now the commander-in-chief of the Pandavas, or Kauravas. So Dhṛtarāṣṭra did not listen to the advice of Akrūra. Akrūra is Akrūra, means he is non-cruel. So he is giving good advice to the Dhṛtarāṣṭra, that do justice with the son of your brother Pandu. And they are, this is what actually Akrūra and Vidur told to the Kunti, don't worry about your sons. They are celestial beings. You know how divinely they appeared. In them there is a portion of all the great demigods. Vayudev and Bhimasen, Indradev and Arjun, Dharmaraj and Yudhishthira, Ashwani Kumar and Nakul and Shahdev. So they will not be destroyed by these son of Dhṛtarāṣṭra. Don't worry about that. So this is the prophecy, that Dhṛtarāṣṭra was maintaining them and the whole kingdom, which is wealth, and suta-ādayaḥ, and his own life by adharma. And what is the result? They all left him. All sons left him because they were all killed in the war. He has to give up the kingdom. The Maharaj Yudhishthira become the next emperor. And this was the mission of Krishna. Dharma samstapana arthāya. I am here to establish the religion, and religion is personified Dharmaraj. Dharmaraj is personified religion. He is Dharmaraj. So he was now made the rulers. He was made the ruler of the whole. He was emperor. So Dhṛtarāṣṭra become now completely frustrated. He was so much frustrated that outwardly still he was so wicked. He said, Bhimsen, I want to really embrace you. Krishna was standing there. He said, Bhimsen, don't go near to this. This your uncle has 10,000 elephants' power. So what you do is, of your size, some stone you just push towards him. And when Bhima pushed the stone towards him, he embraced the stone, and he so much applied his force that actually his stone was completely cursed. So much angry he was against Bhima, who killed his 100 sons. So he wanted to kill Bhima, but Krishna is there to protect his devotees. So that piece of his stone was cursed, and then actually the Dhṛtarāṣṭra was he was ashamed that what I have done. It's not Bhima. So he was still keeping his enmity towards the Pandavas. But see the Dharmaraj Yudhishthira, he was treating Dhṛtarāṣṭra as his father. Bhagavatam says, by permission from Dhṛtarāṣṭra and by blessing of Krishna, Yudhishthira Maharaj become the emperor of Hastinapur. By permission with Dhṛtarāṣṭra. Anumati lekar. So Dharmaraj treated even Yudhishthira after the all sons were killed. Therefore when Vidur came again is also a principle, janam sarthak kari kar parupkar. So Vidur went to Maitreya, he perfected his life, then he came to deliver the person in whose court he was humiliated. Dhṛtarāṣṭra, the person in whose court he was humiliated, he came to deliver him. This is called saintly person. This is called really sadhu, real sadhu, they are impartial. He came to deliver Dhṛtarāṣṭra. And Dhṛtarāṣṭra is saying, Maharaj Yudhishthira is maintaining me more than my sons. I am very happy here. Then Vidur said, first you were attached to your notorious wicked son Duryodhana. Now you are attached to a very rightful religious, your son Dhṛtarāṣṭra, but you are still, Yudhishthira Maharaj, you are still attached. Attachment is there. Before attachment was to the wrong person, now attachment is the right person, but it is still attachment. Now you have to be detached from this royal opulences. Sadhu Now you come with me to the forest. Ultimately, Vidur rescued Dhṛtarāṣṭra from this, what is called daldal. What is called daldal? Huh? Huh? Hare Krishna. It's a mud in which you sink go deep and deep. So he was sinking, and that there's a special word, huh? Quicksand. Okay. Yeah, so Vidur has actually rescued him from that condition. So here we can see still dharma can protect somebody. Still we have to look towards dharma for deliverance. Without dharma, nobody can be delivered. So the next line of the purport says, although one tenaciously cling to his property, now this is simple, not Dhṛtarāṣṭra, anybody. If anybody tenaciously clings to his property, tenaciously means he's thinking it's mine. And he's absorbed in that. Then this one drama, sometime devotee do, you must have seen or heard this drama. One king has four queens. You all must have heard this drama. The king have 4 queens. The first name was Kaya. He was too attached to that queen that he was always keeping with him, giving him all the facilities, all the gifts. The next queen's name was Kanchan. And he was so attached to her that without seeing her, never went out. He was always keeping her in his heart. The third queen's name was Kanchan, Kamini. And he was so attached to her that always having excursion with her, going for outing. And the last queen was Karuna. This king never looked towards her, never talked with her, never walked with her. One day king became bedridden and sick. And he was crying. All the 4 queens were around him. He said, Kaya, I always kept you with me. Please now, will you come with me? Somebody is there to take me, Yamaraj, Yamaduta. Kaya said, no, I cannot go with you. I will only go with you till the grave. He said, I'm cheated. Kanchan, I always kept you in my heart. Will you come with me? She said, as soon as you leave body, somebody else become my husband. I will abandon you. Kanchan, Kamini, you? Say, up till only graveyard. King was actually saying, see, whole world, please see. I was attached to this tenaciously, all these things I was thinking myself. These are mine. But now, at the end, they all are abandoning me. Then Karuna came forward and said, will you not ask this question from me, king? King says, I am ashamed. I never talked and walked with you. How can I ask you this question? He said, don't worry. If even you don't ask, I will not leave you. I will go with you. You are not alone. Then king said, listen, my dear, all citizens, you are all king of this body. This body, Kaya, is your first wife, queen. Kaya means body. And everybody is attached to the body, but nobody's bodies accompany the soul. Kanchan is a wealth. Everybody keep wealth. See wealth and become happy. Keep wealth in heart, but wealth abandon you and somebody else will be husband of the wealth. Kamini are the friends and relatives. We want to be associated with them, but they will only go to the graveyard and will not wait even for half an hour there try to leave place quickly because they become afraid one day we will be going like that maybe. So they want to really run away from there. Because this is a very fearful situation actually. And only Karuna is Paramatma. He is merciful. Even if we don't remember him, he will come at the end and he accompanies us. So this the Vidur even came at the end to rescue Dhṛtarāṣṭra. So similarly, dharma, whatever dharma will never leave us. So anybody who is tenaciously attached to, clings to his property, in the end, all is lost. And the blundering soul means the soul who mistake things as his own, is swept away by the wheel of birth and death. So he has to leave the body and go, but he has to give up everything. So Prabhupada used to say, by one blow of death, everything will be taken away from you. You cannot take a pin from here, what to speak of anything else. So Dhṛtarāṣṭra did not listen to good advice of Akrūra. And this message Akrūra gave to the Krishna. And the result is Kurukshetra war. And everything was snatched from Dhṛtarāṣṭra. So this is a prophecy. So similarly, Krishna sent the spiritual master to give the advice to the conditioned soul that come to your senses. Don't attach tenaciously to the things, cling to the things. They will be all lost. Better you attach to Krishna. So we cannot give up attachment. We have to attach to Krishna. Maya asakta Mahābhārata yogam yunyam madāśraya. Krishna says, attach your mind to me. Give your mind to me. Krishna says, give me your mind. Because mind is Krishna's opulence. Indriyanam manaschasmi. His mind can never get satisfied anywhere, in anything, because ultimately mind is the opulence of Krishna. Only when mind is attached to Krishna, mind becomes peaceful. Therefore, the only principle of sadhana bhakti is yena kena prakarayena mana Krishna niveshyate. Somehow or other we should divert our mind and get it attached to Krishna. That is the advice given by Akrūra, and anybody who is the representative of Krishna. Akrūra is the representative of Krishna. Same message is for all. Don't cling tenaciously to the worldly things. Because you have this tendency to be tenaciously cling. Better tenaciously cling to the Krishna. Then perfection is guaranteed. Hare Krishna. Sadhu. Any question or comment? Yes, Prabhu. Panchagoda, Prabhu.
So Akrūra, he came before the Kurukshetra to give the advice. And then Vidura, after he was insulted, but now that since the war is over, they're all dead, he came back to give further enlightenment and instructions like that. So like sometimes when we hear different deep philosophical, spiritual realizations, it affects us on a material platform because of our attachments to male body or female body or how we interact with one another. So, I mean, when Prabhupada would say something, people would accept it and digest it very easily. Not easily, but it wasn't as insulting. But sometimes when a younger person says the same thing, it doesn't quite come out the same way, and people take it in a negative way. So how can we avoid that negativity?
What actually you are saying, Prabhu, is that the influence of a different person is different for the receiver of instruction. When younger people preach, people don't listen, take it seriously. When Prabhupada was speaking, people took it seriously. So the principle is that Janam sarthak kari kar parupkar. So first you perfect your life and then preach to others. Then the preaching will be actually powerful. So Vidur, after doing the whole pilgrimage of the whole world, then after listening Maitra Rishi at the bank of Ganga, then he was self-realized and he told something to Dhṛtarāṣṭra, and it was really cutting philosophy. And Dhṛtarāṣṭra accepted it somehow. But before Akrūra told, and no, he did not accept that. So Akrūra is still, Akrūra is a good devotee of Vandana Bhakti, but still Akrūra had some problem in Dwarka. He took the Samantak jewel.
Gopi's curse.
He took, Gopi cursed him. So he took the Samantak jewel and went to the Varanasi and hiding it from Krishna. So, so Akrūra has some, still, he went there as simply to give advice, and his advice was not taken seriously. So that's a good, I think, question, that when we preach, somebody's preaching is influential and somebody's preaching is not influential. The reason is that we can preach only to the extent we are actually realized. At whatever level we are, that we can give to the others. This is Nectar of Devotion. Prabhupada writes, if you have Madhyam Adhikari as your instructor, then you will come up till Madhyam Adhikari. If you have Uttam Adhikari, then you will come to the Uttam Adhikari. And if you have Kanishta Adhikari teaching you, then you will come to the Kanishta level. So this is the level. The Akrūra was like a Madhyam Adhikari. So he can only say something good, but he did not do good himself. Taking Krishna from the Gopis cursed to the Akrūra. You are Akrūra, you are not Akrūra. Anyway, the principle what you are saying is that the preaching of the different person, same preaching of the different person will have a different influence depending upon their realization and their really achar and prachar both, their behavior and then their words both will have influence. What is your question, Prabhu?
Very nice class, very enlivening, from the Mahābhārata especially. My question is related to Balram, who is the expansion of Krishna, and we see that he was supporting this bad, Duryodhana. He became his guru, was teaching him Gada Yudh. He also ate at his place. I am not understanding. He is the expansion of Krishna, and we consider him as equal as Krishna. So how come Krishna is more smarter than him? He knows the heart of Duryodhana well than Balram. That's my question. In fact, he wanted to marry Subhadra to, Duryodhana, the wicked. I don't get it.
Interesting question. In Garga Santa it is written that when Krishna wanted to come on this planet as avatari, then he asked Balaram, you have to come. At that time, the leader of the Navat Kavacha came to him that, Balaram, you are my master, I cannot live here without you. So he said, you come as a Duryodhana. So Duryodhana is the associate of Balaram in the spiritual world. He has come here to assist the Balaram, because Balaram has to assist Krishna. And what is their purpose of appearing on this planet? Dharma Samsthapanarthaya, and to annihilate the wicked. So Balaram was actually, Duryodhana is a disciple of Balaram. So he has to look after Balaram, to Duryodhana. This is a very, one thing we have to think, I think once Sri Radha Govind Maharaj used to say, in Mahābhārata we have to see who are the demons and who are acting as a demon. So but there are some are demons and some are not really demons, they are acting as a demons. So Duryodhana is not demon as such, he is acting as a demon. Because of him, and because he was taken care by Balaram, therefore there was a Kurukshetra war, and all unwanted kings are completely destroyed. So he is not a demon per se. Kans is a demon per se, Kalnimini. He is a demon. Dhṛtarāṣṭra is not a demon. Duryodhana is not a demon actually. They are part of the drama, the part of the Leela actually. Like Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyakashipu are not demons. They are Jay and Vijay. They are doing the drama to please the Lord. So ultimately he was pleasing Balaram by doing this. Because Balaram is there to assist Krishna in uprooting all these demonic kings. So sometimes it is very difficult to understand the ways Krishna or his expansion deal with the different people. So actually his disciple is the eternal disciple of Balaram.
What's his name?
I think Navat Kavach or something like that in Garuga Santa, exactly Duryodhana, how Balaram said, you come as a Duryodhana there and I will teach you and you will remain my disciple. Hare Krishna. This is a very, I think in Mahābhārata there are so many things it's very difficult to accept. It's very difficult to accept. But ultimately because Krishna wanted this, so this all happened. Thank you. Śrīmad Bhāgavad Mahāpurāṇa ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande.